Hi everyone. Okay, so welcome to today's office hour and office hour. Welcome to week 5 also of this training program. Hope you're doing good. Hope all is well with you. How was your weekend? How was week 4 task? Hope you could all submit your task. Hope you could all do it. Okay. This week we'll be entering into NodeJs proper. Okay, before now we've been doing JavaScript. Okay, and now we'll be entering into Node.js proper, starting with basically introduction to Node.js, creating a simple server. Okay, and then we would go from there. Okay, that's basically what we'll be starting with this week. Okay, the office hour forms are out. Okay, they were out this morning. So if you have any question and you didn't know about that the office hours were out, you can just go to the post section of your LMS dashboard and then write out your questions. I think I would give a little bit of time for those that have not written their questions to write their questions. Basically, I will start answering questions. I will answer questions from when I released the office hour form till let me see, give or take uh, till 3 p. Okay, I'll just make it 3:30 p.m. Any question that is in this range, I would easily take them here and now. Okay. So I know most people have been talking about using Visual Studio Code. Well, this week is your lucky week. We'll we've started using Visual Studio Code. Okay. So if you have not downloaded Visual Studio Code, please go and download Visual Studio Code. I think one of our office are as those earlier times we talked about downloading it and where you could download it from. Okay, so just go ahead, download Visual Studio Code. That's when I say IDE. Okay, that brings me to this question. Is Visual Studio Code an IDE? I would like to get your responses, yes or no. Okay, and if you are saying yes, give me your reasons. If you are saying no, give me your reasons. You can just put this in the chat box. I would read it out, okay, for everyone to see. Is Visual Studio Code an IDE? Okay, when we say IDE, we're talking about integrated development environment. Okay, so I would like to get your thoughts on that. Okay, so well, I don't want to be task conscious, okay, but most times, because of the way you guys tackle the whole learning process, okay, and because of the way the program is structured, also, sometimes we just have to be task conscious, okay, task conscious. So the task you're to do, okay, is basically telling you to you would require for those that are not just Node.js, you're not into front end, okay, maybe a little bit but you're required to create an HTML page. Note it's just a simple HTML page you're to create. You're not to really do anything magnificent. Okay, name the let me say about page. Instead of writing and plenty things, just write, let the about page, what it should be written, the about page should be about. okay, because you'll be written in the page just like that. Okay, so we just go through creating the simple HTML page that you can use. Okay, every other thing, I think the resources all covered them. Okay, the resources covered them, and if there's anyone the resources is leaving out, okay, um, this is the first officer for the week, so I have not really gone through thoroughly the resources. I've scanned through them, okay, but I've not thoroughly gone through them. Okay, so I won't say, okay, this is what is there and this is not what is there. And this is the reason I'm doing this. I want a situation whereby you are fully equipped to do the task, okay, that was given on to you. Okay, so I will just create a simple HTML page for routing. I think that even the simple HTML page was also done in the resources, and the routing and all those things were done. But that just a simple way of creating a simple HTML page, and I would just go through that simple way of going through creating an HTML page. So that's one of the things we'll be going through. Um, I'm not really seeing any question here, at least that pertains to what we're doing. Okay. Um, just give me a sec. I want to I want to check something. Yeah, we just have only one response on the form, just only one question. Okay, just only one question on the form, and that's the question we'll be taking. We'll be taking that question. Um, if you have concerns, you can also write down your question. Okay, so we'll just take this question. Okay, basically, okay, this question is about grading. Grading is still going on. It's slow. Largely, it's my fault. It's slow. Okay, because I'm the one grading your task. Okay, for Node.js, I think I'm the only one. I think so. Not so sure, but grading is quite slow now, and that's largely due to power issues I've been having these past days. Since this flood of the thing, the power in my area has been really, really um, deficient. Okay, the power in my area has been really, really deficient. So I would see how I'm already making plans on how to um, combat this. Okay, so as from tomorrow, yes, I will be exposed to more power. Okay, I'll be exposed to more power, and I would be clearing the task. Okay, like I explained earlier, week 2 and week 3 tasks may not, for those people with week 2 tasks remaining, that I think is only front end, those of front end and Node.js that still have pending week 2 tasks. Okay, I'll try to clear that also. Okay, but mainly week 3 tasks may not be graded now. Okay, I want people to know that week 3 tasks may not be graded now immediately. I will jump auto to week 4, in the sense that at some point, because of the load, um, help will be given to me. Okay, I'll be receiving a form of help. Okay, within the Zuri organization to help facilitate grading. Okay, and it will be easier for the help to grade your objective than to grade your codes. Okay, so that's why I'll be leaving week 3 task and just jump to week 4, week 5. And once I'm be able to clear week 4, week 5, I can go back to week 3 and continue, okay, even before the help comes. But I'm just putting this conject, trying to think ahead just in case anything happens. And that's why I'm doing it like this. Okay, so bear with us, bear with me. Um, Grading will be sorted. Okay. So I'll just go over your questions before we proceed, your answers before we proceed. Okay. So someone said it's an editor, but can be used as an IDE with some extensions installed. That's according to Allen. Okay. Young confirms that this Visual Studio is an IDE. Okay. Christian says, yes, it's an integrated development environment which can be used in developing an application with easy, okay, an application easily via tools it provides. I think it's okay. We have someone with conflicting opinion. That's nice. No, it's not an idea, but with its it can be used for numerous coding and programming. Okay, idea has to be tagged with a particular programming language like PyCharm, mostly is for Python. My understanding though. And Alan, you said you're correct, but it's not an idea, but can function as such with the right extensions. Okay. Um, okay, I would share my screen and we would ask Google. Okay, I have my opinion. In my opinion, okay. As much as I'm your tutor here, and I think I've always maintained distance as much as I'm your tutor, as much as I have been in programming for a while, okay, for a while now. This you should, as much as I've been in programming for a while, I basically don't know everything. Okay, so and even if I don't know something, even though if I do know it, I would like us to also seek expert opinions. Okay. Um, so no matter how good I am, I'm this kind of person I just want to learn, and I believe even a beginner can have a view of things that has eluded me. Okay. So that's just my posture of learning. So I'm learning every day. I keep on improving every day. And I think it's best if we all have such mindset of learning and improving every day. Okay. So for me, in my opinion, Visual Studio Code is not an IDE. It's not an IDE. In fact, not even my opinion. I think that's what it is. Um, Microsoft created their own IDE. There's an IDE Microsoft created. Microsoft is the one that created, they built Visual Studio Code. They built an IDE also called Visual Studio. Okay, so we have Visual Studio, which is an IDE, and then we have Visual Studio Code, which is a text editor. Okay, Visual Studio Code is like Sublime. It's like your notepad, basically. Okay, it's just the only difference is Visual Studio Code becomes so powerful and so unique because of its ability to integrate um, extensions, third library, third-party extensions, and other extensions from Microsoft. It that that makes coding just go smoothly and easily. That's what makes Visual Studio Code so powerful. And just imagine, because it's a text editor, it's light. It's not as heavy as Visual Studio. Visual Studio, if I tell some of you to install Visual Studio in your laptops is going to know that something has entered. Like there will be a shift in performance. I mean, big shift from your. You will notice it from the startup time, okay, processing time, the time it uses to start up any application or start up the Windows itself. it's going to really show. Okay. That's for Visual Studio. It comes with its own terminal. It comes with its own stuff. Okay. Visual Studio Code is not like that. If you notice, Visual Studio Code's terminal is gotten from the Windows terminal itself. So they are like, they borrow our terminal. They just have a space for it, a unique space for it. But the inner workings, the functions, every other thing, they borrow from your OS terminal. That's what they borrow from. They also for people that you that have Git installed, people that have other Git, Linux, and then you are using Linux with Windows also. Subsystem Linux. That's what I mean when I mean Linux, not dual booting Linux, subsystem Linux. You can see that you can be able to use all these bash. You can be able to use the bash command. You can be able to use Linux commands. You can be able to use Windows also. Once you use the Visual Studio Code, it just has a way of integrating all these things, core important applications from your laptop and bring them together to be used in Visual Studio Code. Okay, so basically saves money, saves time. Okay, that's basically a difference. Okay, one major differences between Visual Studio Code and Visual Studio. Visual Studio is an ID for Microsoft. Visual Studio Code is a text editor for Microsoft. Okay, so when you're going to be building large programs, large applications, desktop applications, to be advisable to you, mobile applications, it will be advisable for you to use the IDE. Okay, that Visual Studio, or you have the Android Studio, or you have other IDEs. Okay. While for pretty simple things, you can use basically almost everything you'll be doing is simple things. Okay, Visual Studio Code is powerful enough to handle it, even though it's lightweight. Okay, so okay, so I would somebody saying just semantics. So I would, like I said, I was going to do. I'm going to share my screen and let us look at IDE versus text editor. Oh, sorry, editor. I think so. Sorry. So Visual Studio Code is a code editor, not really a text editor. Okay, but it can also be a text editor too. You can use it for text editor, editoring, and then code editoring. Um, Share my screen. I don't want to share more than what is necessary, and that's why you see me taking my time when it comes to sharing of screen and all. I want to protect my rights under teacher tutor participant agreement. Okay. So we have this. We'll just check this out. A code editor is one of the most essential tools for programmers to develop. Okay, test results integrate capabilities and specific functionality designed to ease and to speed up the process of editing code I refer to as code editors. Okay, so like I said, Visual Studio Code is both a text editor and a code editor. And IDE is a collection of software development tools that are intended to simplify the process of coding, simplify the entire process of developing software and combining various components of a computer program into exactly what I said here. about combining Windows, the applications in Windows, and putting them together so you can be able to have access to them from one space by just the click of a button there. Yeah. Let's look at components of ID, of the standard ID. That we call the editor, compiler, debugger, syntax, align tag, GUI, build automation tools, okay, and all that. So I think that is pretty clear. We'll just go to what we have for today, and that will make me so sorry about that. Okay, so I would be sharing my PowerPoint and yes. Okay. So I'll just open them. I would have loved you to see. I don't want to share my whole screen. I'm trying to charge my phone, my laptop, but oh, okay. I think we'll go with that. Share my screen. So I'll be sharing my screen now. I want to use terminal. Okay, I'll use terminal. I just want to few tips and tricks. Okay, so I want to open Visual Studio Code. One of the best ways to do that is to look for, there's a folder I want everything to be stored in. I think documents. Oh, Visual Studio Code projects, JavaScript, NodeJs. Okay. I'm seeing some. Okay, I've just put it here. New folder, HTML page. Okay. So I want to open Visual Studio Code with this folder. I've created a folder where my code will be. Okay, my files will be. Okay, my files contain my codes. So basically, I can just come here and right click for Windows and just say open. Like I said, I have Visual Studio. I can say open with Visual Studio. It opens the idea. I can say open with code. It opens Visual Studio Code. But I don't want to do that now. So instead, I will just copy this part. Seems long, but not really. Um, not really. Okay, so see the HTML page. HTML. Oh, page. Okay, takes me to HTML page. So this is what I will do now. I will just write code, then full stop, and press enter and see what happens. So it opens Visual Studio Code. Under that directory, HTML page, you can see it here. HTML page. Okay, I'll just give you few basics, okay, about after creating the HTML page, I'll give you a few basics about Visual Studio Code, and we can call it a day. Okay. Right now you can see that I have quite a lot of extensions I installed, but your extensions may not be as many as this. Okay. when you okay. So that other things you cannot see, you greeted with a page similar to this. Okay. Um Files, we have files where we can create new file, open recent, revert file. You can see autosave. My autosave is on. I actually put this on so you can put yours on, in the sense that after writing a code and I want the effects to be seen, I don't need to save that. Okay, I write a code in a file. Normally, this is how it works. It works just as like your Microsoft Word does. Okay, so let's say you have a document or you want to create a document in Microsoft Word, you have to save it first before that document is really created. That you cannot exit the document and come back to it, and you will still see what you wrote initially. Okay, so now if you open Microsoft Word and the um you added some lines of sentences to your document. And then when you want to close the document, they'll tell you, okay, you have not saved and all that, that kind of thing. And it's like before you can exit or before you can convert, let me say you want to convert what you've written down to PDF, before you can do any conversion at all, you have to save. Okay. Here in this case, I don't want to be saving anytime I edit my work or I write a line of code. I don't want to be saving every time. Okay, so what I did was to put on the auto save here, files, you can see it in files, then auto save. So while I turn this on, it gives me the opportunity to not always think about saving my work always. So immediately I finish writing, adding a line of code, I just go to run to make sure it's working. Okay. We have edits where we can do, redo, and you can just memorize these shortcuts. They can be helpful to you. Okay. So we have from edit, we have a selection, expand duplicate selection, add cursors in line, and all that. We have views. Okay, so there's something about these views. Okay, first and foremost, let me just create an HTML page. Sorry. So this plus sign is for file. This plus sign is for folder. This is to refresh. File, folder, refresh. So what I want to create is a file, a simple HTML file, and I will just call it Sammy and notes. Okay. Um. Okay. I will just use sound dots. And this is where you have to specify that it's an HTML page. After you write the name of the HTML page, you have to put dots HTML. Now it knows this is an HTML file. Okay, so we can go on. The first thing I want to do is to create an HTML page is to uh, put this exclamation button, exclamation mark, okay, and press tab. So you put the exclamation part, this thing, and then press tab. It will take you here. Okay, there's a lot of things that's going on here, but it's really none of our business. So I'm not going to apart from front end and people that are doing front end and back end, I will go through this in depth. This is just for inspiration for those that are doing just Node.js. Okay, so I can just easily clean this title and put my name there. Okay, I'll just put my name there. Okay, and uh, with this, Sammy basically shows. Okay, I can change this. I want to change this rename instead of putting sam.html. I want to make it index.html. Okay, index.html. And we have this. Okay, I think you want. Okay, I'll be fine. Okay, but basically you have this. Okay, you can already study save. Normally, that I put on there to save. After writing this thing, I'm supposed to say Control S to save because I'm using Windows. But right now I'm not going to do that. It's already saved because autosave is on. So what I would do is I want to check what I wrote here, and the way to do that is I think you have to right click here, and I'll say open in default browser, open in other browsers. I'll put it in uh default browsers. So it goes to my Edge and index.html. Why is it not working? Why is it not showing? If I not found it is still supposed to be empty. Well, basically, it's supposed to show documents. Not sure why it's not. And with the way my battery is running down, I don't think I may have the opportunity to do that. Okay, if not, we won't get what we want to do. And I think I have a meeting after now, and I'm needing that battery. Okay, so basically, this is how you can quickly create an HTML page. You don't need to cram all these things that you write here, UTF-8, blah, 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 blah. You need to cram anything, just exclamation mark, tab, press tab. All this will come out. Okay, very helpful and very important. Okay, so there are some extensions you want to install in your Visual Studio Code. There are some things I want you to look at. Okay, word wrap. I always like my word wrap. Okay, now this take for instance, um now right now it's like everything fits into this screen once in one line, but at times whereby your line of code is so long, or the indentation in the line of code just comes this far, and then the code is still long on its own, and then it's like you're spinning over from one line to the next line. Once you put word wrap, okay, you don't need to be scrolling, because at that time there'll be like this bar that you have, there'll be another bar whereby you can scroll to see the end of somebody's code. Okay, but you will not need to the end of your code, not basically somebody's code, your code. But you will not need that. With word wrap, it just goes to the next line. Okay. Once this line has gone out of visibility, it continues in the second. Okay, it's all about visibility. Um, so that word wrap does. Other extensions you will need is let me see. Sorry, sorry. This is the extensions. So I have about 58 installed. Okay. I have debugging and integrated. Okay, auto close tag, AWS toolkit, cloud code, code runner. You know, so many things. We are the ones for Microsoft. Docker.env file and all that. But basically, this is what your experience should look like. Okay, you can download live server. Um, mm, IntelliCode is important also. And use Grammarly also. There's several others. Okay, you can find there, just depending on what you need at a particular point in time. Okay, depending on what you need at a particular point in time. So I will stop sharing my screen now, okay, and share our private slides so that we'll be able to take questions, okay, and see your contributions. Okay, so sorry about that. Uh, Let me go through your questions. Yes, okay, yes. There's nothing in the body. Exactly. The page is empty. There's nothing in the body. So for those people that want to do the about, I think I'll just share my screen again. Thank you so much for pointing that out to me. I'm not a front end developer, and it just skipped me that there was really nothing in the body. So I'll just go back to Visual Studio Code and let's do that together. Okay, nothing in the body. So I change this to it's just in document. I'll say Sammy Bloom Bloom's introduction. Okay, this is not introduction as per wedding, no, this is just me introducing myself. Okay, so please be guided. Um Body can have body like um a production engineer with with ample experience in software. Okay, so right now I'm supposed to save it again, but because I put auto save on, it's just going to do that for me. Okay, and let's see, we'll just refresh this. Okay, I'm a production engineer with ample experience in software development. So this is what I just want you to do. So in this place, if it's about, you just put about. If it's whatever page it is, just put it there. Okay. I would I want to continue. So okay, I'm not using, I don't want to use tag. You can just do it simple like that. I know you guys are good with front end and all. You made add you basically I just wanted to write it like this. Okay, if you want to add more, if you want to style it yourself, fine. But not if there's any extra mark that will be given to you. Okay, the whole idea is so that you have something to work with. Okay, while developing the server. Okay, that was the main aim of me going through this. Okay, so no question in the absence. Have I ever had any reason to not use VS Code? Okay, not really. Not really, but just depends on what I was doing at the time. I already told you guys about my background that I started as an Android developer. Okay, so I started with basically you can still see it installed. Um, okay, you can't see it, but I do have Android Studio installed. Okay, on my PC. I do have IntelliJ IDE I basically have three IDEs installed on my system. I have IntelliJ IDE, I have Android Studio, and I have Visual Studio. Again, these three IDs, powerful IDs, and unique in their own ways. Those are the IDs I do have working in my system. So yes, I've had reasons not to use VS Code when I was doing Android development. Okay, but as it pertains to the web, or server side, Visual Studio Code just kills it. Okay, so I would go for Visual Studio Code any day, anytime. Okay. Um. So okay, when I say don't use third-party dependencies, okay, I just want you, when you are doing no, when we go further, and we start doing routing, okay, you learn how to route and all that. You see that there are other things you can use that will just make the job easier. Okay. Uh-huh. There are things you can use. You have Express. Express, you can use Express, make the job easier. Okay, not just for out, not for routing now, for the server side now, use Express. For routing, there are other things that you can use, middleware, and all that can help. But for this task now, you're not to use any of that. I just want you to do it plain simple. Okay? Plain and simple. And by plain and simple, I mean use HTTP for server. Don't use Express, use HTTP. Um, for the routing, just simple navigation. Very simple. The simplest, the simplest and purest of forms. Let me put it like that. Yeah, yes. Okay, simplest and purest of forms. Okay, so thank you so much. You guys for staying till the end. I'm not really you guys should always try and use the form, office hour form that have been pasted. Last week we didn't really have many questions the whole week. I think it was just 5 or 6 questions. Okay, it's making me a little bit afraid, you know. Okay, it's making me afraid that maybe I'm not communicating or you can understanding. And I try to chat on with one or two of you, okay, one on one, and most oh okay, large the people I chatted with, if you want to take it the percentage of the people I chatted with, okay, most of them didn't understand and they don't attend office hours though. Okay, most of them don't attend office hours though. Okay, so you can also encourage your peeps to come in for office hour. If you attend any office hour and you saw that it was beneficial to you, it helps you solve the problem or it gives you understanding of something about the task. Okay, it will be nice if you just point your your teammates, point your fellow colleagues to the right direction so that they'll be able to benefit from it too. Um, week 6, we're not on week 6. The whole idea is why we not want to be taken from other weeks. Okay, it's just basically for concentration. You concentrate on that week. Okay, um, just imagine someone that's a beginner now, and then I want to start answering your week 6 question, and then when I entering Express JS, and the person's like, "Please, what is this? What's going on here? I'm lost." That's next thing you'll be seeing in the chat box, that kind of thing. So these are things I want to avoid, amongst other things. Okay, this is just one of them. You want to avoid them. Okay, so so sorry, Christian, but I won't be taking your question. Um, is the time a string of this object? Uh, Okay. I won't be taking your question. I already said I won't take your question, but I could easily answer it. But then I said I will not be taking your question for week 6. Thank you so much. The videos have been posted long ago. That's the resources. Go to your LMS, go to the post section of your LMS. You will see the resources you need to learn, the videos you need to watch. Go to the task section, you will see your task. Notes, okay, I was talking about, also I was talking about, this is the last point I'll be making before we leave. When we started, I was talking about having a side project that we'll be doing. I think this is the week we'll start that side project. If you look carefully, you will see that you're expected to create an object or something. There's a side project there. Okay, I know that there's a side project. I need to start that side project this week. So that you see that side project, you store your codes on GitHub. Okay, push your code. After you do anything, okay, push your codes to GitHub. We'll be building on that project. Okay, we'll be building. Don't delete the folder in which the project is in. Don't delete it, because we'll be building on it from this week. So week 5, week 6. I think it's only week 7 we'll skip. I know that 1 week we may skip, and then we'll continue, we'll go back to it. But basically, we'll be building on it until we see something really nice, something we can present and say, okay, yeah, I did stuff, okay, during my training. So outside the task, you can also get your hands dirty on those things. Okay, week 6 have resources also. Okay, I think I checked. Week 6 have resources. I don't know where you are saying that week 6 does not have resources. This post, okay, week 5. Okay, it stops at week 5. That's shocking. Okay, week 6 resources, all the resources we will posted this week. Okay, week 6 resources, week 7, all the many resources they will posted this week. I don't think I can see the resources yet, just to week 5. So don't panic, the resources are coming. They are coming down the way. Okay. So thank you so much for staying with me through this office hour. Okay, like I said, if you have any questions, please use the office hour form. We'll do well to look into it. Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Enjoy the main part of your day and have a wonderful week ahead. Thank you.